Hola amigos y amigas, bienvenidos nuevamente. Estamos acompañados por Azucar, Rocky y Romero. Estamos en Londres, Inglaterra, aniversario de Repro. Welcome Rocky, it's nice to have you here.
Gracias, es un placer para estar contigo, los aficionados.
Very appreciated. Muchas gracias Rocky por tu tiempo. You just came from Japan. You had a busy month during the G1 climax. Konosuke Takeshita won. Another big victory for the Don Callis family. You guys are taking over the world. You know, now UK, Japan, the US, Mexico. So we want to talk about many of those things. Also, you will be competing in the CMLL Grand Prix. So are you ready for some questions?
Yes, ready, fire away.
Okay, so first, back in June, CMLL and AEW had a busy week with many shows, especially in Arena Mexico. And it was a very fun week for professional wrestling fans and also for fans in Mexico and Latin America. So how was the experience of, you know, doing all those shows in that period of time?
You know, it's a lot of work, you know, to kind of schedule everything out and who's going to be there, who's going to be a part of it, what CMLL needs, and finding the balance of what CMLL and AEW need, and also, you know, with you know, the participation of New Japan and CMLL as well that week. So it's a lot of balance and a lot of preparation that goes along with it. But for me, I thought the shows were just fantastic. From Tuesday, Wednesday, obviously, for the first ever Dynamite in Mexico City. The Friday night was massive, and then even the tail end of the weekend was really successful. So overall, I thought it was just a very successful weekend and a great way to celebrate lucha libre and professional wrestling worldwide. And I think that the fans were very content, and they left them wanting even more.
Yes. It was, every show was so different from each other. We saw different and unique cards that got excited, all the fans. You know, also, like you mentioned, had the opportunity to watch AEW live for the first time in Mexico during the Grand Slam. Very fun show. Also Fantastica Mania, which is a show crossover with New Japan. And also, you help that in a sense, because you are kind of the forbidden door, you know, CMLL, AEW, New Japan. And now, you know, going fast forward, we are in the UK right now. AEW is running Forbidden Door, another crossover show. AEW was in Glasgow for the first time in Scotland. Dynamite, Collision, Ring of Honor taping. Now, in a hot crowd, and in that also almost sold out. So how was the experience of working in Scotland?
Glasgow was awesome. Glasgow was very cool. My first time ever working in Scotland in Glasgow, so for me it's cool to check off like a new experience, a new place, you know, because I've been all over the world. I've wrestled in so many different countries, cities, and so when you get to add something new, as I get towards the end of my career in wrestling, it's cool to have some place new, fresh new fans to perform in front of. So for me it was awesome. And going into Forbidden Door, which is a massive show, an important show to me personally, because you know, Tony Khan and I, you know, we created the concept, you know, of doing the show and putting it together, and you know, finally the right timing and the right things happen to make it happen. So to see, here we are. This is our fourth Forbidden Door. Fourth, I think.
Yes, fourth
Forbidden Door, and then not only the fourth Forbidden Door, which is a milestone, but to take it internationally. You know, we took it to Toronto, Canada. Yeah, we went 2 times in the United States, and then now to bring it to the great fans of the United Kingdom is massive. So, and not only the United Kingdom, because it now opens the door for other people from all around Europe to join in and take front. So, I'm excited about the card. I think this year was a little more challenging than usual, just because of the placement of All In going into the G1 and then Forbidden Door following. So, you know, we weren't able to send as many wrestlers to AEW to, you know, set up storylines and do certain things. So, and also thinking about the talent as well, because the G1 is the hardest tournament in professional wrestling, and it's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's 4 really hard weeks. So you know, asking the talent to come all the way to London is a big ask as well.
Yep.
So we had to definitely take that in mind, because a lot of guys were beat up, tired, and they have personal lives as well, their families. So you have to take all that into consideration. So and also the fans. We're always thinking about the fans, but sometimes I think the fans are like so quick to be like, hey, why isn't this happening? This,
Yeah.
But it's like there's a lot of stuff that goes involved into setting these up. Like there are 2 or 3 massive companies with their own schedules, and then getting everybody together to do this is a task. It's a task.
In another different country from where they are both
And in
based.
another different country that's far from everyone.
Yeah.
Far from CMLL, far from where AEW runs in the US primarily, and very far from Tokyo in Japan.
So yeah, it's hard, it's taxing. But I believe if we are going to see a very good show, the cards are fantastic.
Yeah.
There are many dream matches. So I think that the crowd will be very delighted with what we will see over there.
Right. I agree 100%. I'm very proud of the card. I know it's a little different from some of the formatting that we saw in the previous years, but I think that this is the type of show that's always going to have an evolution in some kind of way. Like I said, there's a lot of variables that go into it, and each one will have its own unique presence. I think, and I think each one has.
Okay, and now with this possibility that was open with Forbidden Door coming to London after going to Canada before, is there a possibility to see Forbidden Door going to Mexico or Japan?
I mean, it's always a possibility. I think after the success of Dynamite Grand Slam in Mexico City, I think that it's very possible we could see a pay-per-view there, in the future, or a big event like Forbidden Door. Also, it's very possible, that we could be doing a Forbidden Door in Japan as well. I mean, that's a huge possibility. It would be challenging and taxing, I think, for the AEW crew to obviously come over to Japan. But on the flip side is, New Japan runs massive events, Tokyo Dome and Wrestle Kingdom. So I think that it's an easy partnership, just like how CMLL helped with the getting everything ready, arena-wise and production-wise and everything for Grand Slam. New Japan would do the same thing. So I think it's very possible to take the Forbidden Door concept to many places around the world. Australia would also be a great place. Germany would be a great place. These areas where wrestling is extremely popular, I think Forbidden Door would do very well.
Okay. You will return to Mexico. You will compete once again in the CMLL Grand Prix 2025, this time part of the international team. And this year we have a very exciting lineup. We start from all over the world, many partnerships that Consejo Mundial has allowed this. And we will be seeing many talent from AEW and Ring of Honor represented. For example, Crew, Mike Bailey, yourself, the Beast Mortos with, it's funny because he's Mexican, but he's going to be in the international team.
Right.
So what are your expectations and what do you think of the international team this year?
No, I think the international team is a pretty solid lineup. I would have loved to have Claudio Castagnoli on my team again because he's just a monster,
Yeah.
and he was obviously won last year, and I thought obviously he was the key for our team to win. So it would be great to have him back, but maybe next year. I'll do my best to recruit him next year.
Okay. Oh, but he's a Death Rider now, and
He's
you're
a Death Rider, yeah. But I'm Don Callis' family. There's no bad blood.
Okay.
That I know of. There's no bad blood. But the team is solid. I mean, obviously bringing in the UK guys like Robbie X, who's a Bullet Club member, and Michael Oku from Rev Pro is big as well. I thought Oku really stood out when he came over the last time in Mexico to CMLL. And Robbie X has been wowing people all over the world, whether it's be Japan or Mexico. So I'm glad that those guys are getting an opportunity to come back and represent their countries and their home promotions.
That's great. And now going to the Team Mexico, Team Consejo Mundial, is there anyone that, sticks on your mind that you believe might be a threat for the international team?
I mean, it's always a threat when you're going into enemy territory, in a way. Even though I'm pretty much almost a full-time CMLL guy as well, it when it comes to this, you feel the competition, everybody, you know, because the arena is so pro Mexico and so pro the home team that for me it's the most fun I can have all year, because I can really, you know, talk a lot of crap and do my thing, which I have fun with. So, but for me, I think it would be cool to see the international team win 2 years in a row. I don't think that that's ever happened. So,
I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't think so either. So that would be something that I think would be a cool milestone, and for me to be the captain again, you know, another year, you know, to lead our team into victory would be the cherry on top.
Yeah. Also, you are one of the veterans in general, not only in the international team. And there's someone that will be in the international team that you know very well, and also has competed over 20 years ago for the first time in CMLL with TJP.
Right.
So, friend or foe in the match?
Oh, friend, 100% friend. Yeah, no, 100% friend. Me and TJ go back as long as I can remember, you know, 25 years at least. So, you know, I was there probably the first week that he started training in wrestling, and so I've known. So yeah, you know, our relationship and bond is pretty tight, and I'm glad to see him coming back into CMLL. I know they just had him and Templario just defended the strong openweight tag team titles, and they were successful. So, you know, he's doing his thing over there, and I think that that's great. And yeah, I mean, I think we have a really solid team with experience, new blood, and you know, I feel like but we also have the power with Beast Mordos, so that's a complete wild card, which is very interesting. Because imagine Beast Mordos is the last man standing, and he's a Mexican guy but representing Team International.
Yeah,
it's kind of cool.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. So, so yeah, I mean, I think our team is super talented, and I'm very excited about 2025.
Okay, thank you for the time, Rocky. It's been a pleasure. Do you have any message for the fans watching this?
You know, support wrestling wherever you live, wherever you are, anywhere in Latin America. I know Spanish-speaking countries, sometimes it's a little more difficult to follow wrestling, but you know, keep supporting the AEW, Rev Pro, CMLL, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Stardom.
Ok, esto ha sido todo por hoy, amigos. Hasta la próxima.